Hi everyone, it's Jenny with Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House. You can always find us on YouTube and Instagram at Joey143Jenny, and then you can find us on Facebook at Joey and Jenny's Little Yellow House, and we hope that you'll hang out with us there. Well, today I am going to do just a teeny tiny mini tour of part of my studio as a request from someone. To show how I use these little dish pans. So I thought, well, while I'm going to show you the dish pans, I might as well show you this section. So yes, I do use the dish pans to organize certain things on this, I guess you could call it like a baker's rack. I'm not real sure what you call it. So Joey and I do share this particular studio. I won't show you the whole studio, but this part is some of Joey's Hot Wheels. He loves Corvettes as well, so he does collect some, miniature like Corvettes and stuff. And these are the super treasure hunts for 2022, so I believe. Anyways, so we do share. So coming around the side, I just thought I'd start on one side. All the way up at the top are some of my 3-ring binders that I use. You've probably seen those before on other videos. Back here is a really cute little box. You've seen this before. I showed you that Kathy made that for me. And I keep some of my different recipe cards in there. And okay, so then let's go around here. I'm going to try really hard not to make you dizzy. So starting up at the top, I have some vintage greeting cards in the old pattern box. I also keep up here, if I can reach it. I'm short, so I keep these. The Aunt Martha things that you iron on and then embroider. My shredder, only use it for craft. So, like when I'm going to fill a basket, I'll take maybe some children's books of pages that I'm not really going to use, but they're whimsical. You know, you can see the fun colors. I'll shred them and put them in a basket for a gift. And there's a couple of these are reprint Edith Holden's, but still fun. Up here are some leather pieces. I do use those in some of my journals, so that's neat to have. I have a box of this is a box of sheets of wool felt. And then here is a box of just something I made. That's from when Kathy had just something I made, kind of like seminars or workshops. And she was doing one close to us with Mary Englebright. And so she brought me the extras, which was super sweet. Here are some vintage wrapping papers, different ones. I don't know what they are. Those are my glue guns that I finally put into a nice little bucket that I got from Hobby Lobby. I think you get them for like $3.99. And then to finish off this section, those are just empty books where I've taken out the pages and kept the book covers. We took an Alaskan trip last year. And I made all of the family's Alaskan travel journals. So there's some more Alaska stuff. Let me know if you need Alaska stuff. Oh, and here's some more vintage. We should go through those one day. Here's some more vintage wrapping paper. Okay, so then we're going to come down. Easy, easy. Behind there, I don't know if you can see through, but I have a bunch of cigar boxes. I use them for everything. So in this one, I have seed beads. These are old animal cracker tubs, whatever you want to call them. I used to work at a church and they used them gave them to the children. So I asked them to keep them for me and I used them to store things. So these are just little teeny things for Christmas. Button covers and such, and rickrack and the likes. Also keep my little burning candles here to be able to do, the wax paper. I love old boxes, so I have those everywhere with stuff. That one I think's empty. These are small books. You're always looking for little something to tuck in. Either a book or you're looking for a page. Oops. I'll pick that up later. There's no picking it up now. So that's what this is. It's just a little tub of those. This is a tub of index cards. All kinds of index cards and index card things. And I like to, you know, if I'm making a personalized journal, I like to put one in with their initials. Okay, so that's another use, you know, that, so these are the tubs that I was talking about. Joey's mowing, so you may hear him mow. And then with this rack, I can get 2 tubs deep. So instead of writing on the tubs, because I never know if it's going to be something I'm going to like or not, I have just put these big pieces of cardboard here that tell what the tub is. So like this one is cut up books. These are all just books that, I mean, all of these are cut up books, but these are just in general cut up books. Just I grab these fast if I want to cut up something. If I want something specific, then I go to these. So like this back one are coloring books, music sheets, guest books, things like that. Let me move this. You can see I pile stuff. So like here's my Christmas Rolodex. I'm going to put that over on Joey's desk. He's used to that. Okay, then here I have maps and geography books in the back. And the forefront here, I have a bunch of different business books I like to pull from. They're fun. Typing books, things like that. Way in the back are like readers, you know, like children readers, things like that. I don't use a lot of children's book things in the journals I make typically, unless I'm making them for a child. But I do use them like if I'm going to make a card for somebody or something like that. And then these are resource books, just different resources. All right, dropping down. If I can get down that low. Okay, so like this is, let me come around this way. Hope I don't make you dizzy. Envelopes, just a tub of envelopes. So again, this baker's rack for these Rubbermaid tubs fit one back. And then kind of true to form with junk journalers and crafters, we use all kinds of different things to house things. So this is I think it's a whiskey box that like a gift came in or something. I bought it for 50 cents at a flea market, and I thought that'll be great to house something. So this has like sacks, and it has time cards, and I try to stay really close to that, but there's a few other things like some stationery. And here's some vintage stationery on top of, I have a thing of sacks. And what is that? What does that say? Get my glasses on. Oh, coin envelopes. And then here, napkins, tons of napkins. And then down below is fabric and such. Okay, so we'll go right back up. I'm sorry, I just came in from outside. I was planting flowers and I now have the sniffles. I was sneezing my brains out. These little girls have fallen. Kathy sent me these years ago. They were to represent her and I. I had fiery red hair. She had brown hair. I always keep those in my studio. I think they're just the sweetest. Okay, I don't know if you spell that right, but that's where I keep all the stuff that I do paper dyeing, and then those are those 3 tubs that I use to dye. And then these are just old, if I want to put them on cookie sheets or whatever outside, or even in the oven, I'll use those. I've been using the sun, but when it's rainy and I get the notion, I'll use those, or if it's cold out. There's that tub of hankies that we've gone through before. Let's go across another box. I don't think anything's in it yet. A whole box of glitter. I don't know why. I don't even know what I'm going to do with that. I have a bunch of little tins to do something with. And then all of this is where I keep my Christmas things. Music, books, ephemera I've made, pages, cards, all kinds of things. And then this thing that's about to tip over are like I bought that whole box of envelopes. Let's see, how many envelopes does it say? 500 for $1 at a thrift store or flea market or whatever. And I thought, man, what a steal, which it was a steal. But I've used them to try to mail like letters and stuff, and they're old, so the place that you lick, it doesn't stick anymore, which is fine. I just glue it. But I primarily use them in journals, so I use those, and I will coffee or tea stain them. And then here's some big manila envelopes. All right, so we'll come down and then go back across. Those are my playing cards that we've looked at before. Super fun. I've gotten a few more since then. These are some of the boxes that I use. It tells what they are. You've seen me use that binders and clip one. I love them. I love these little boxes. Sometimes boxes are so expensive, and other times people are like, just take it. You know, I put little things in little, you know, wherever there's a gap. So these are little just wires, like floral wires and pipe cleaners or whatever those are called. These are some pretty little doilies my stepson gave me for Christmas. I use those in journals sometimes. This is embossing stuff, so I put a little embossing on that. Some of these I need to look in. I don't think they have anything in them because I usually will put something. There's that thing that holds my envelopes. Okay, dropping down. All right, normally everything is labeled, but some of them aren't. This one has a bunch of like safety pins and extra sewing ditties. This has like little tablets and such, stamp pads. I'm not sure what's behind there. Let me see what's behind there. Stamp pads and alphanumeric stamps. Okay. This has yo-yos in it. This has scrap yarn. This was back before I had hardly any yarn because I had gotten rid of it. I put this out so I don't forget that's where it's at. Before I hardly had any yarn because I had gotten rid of it. I hadn't crocheted or knitted in a long time. But for some reason I've gotten a bunch back. So I need to just get some snips and get rid of it. All right, so coming back up, these are little bingo, just the little plastic things when you call out bingo, and some corks. The next one are those small little clothespins that are decorative, which are super fun at the top of a journal. Just different mediums are in the next one, like paints and different pens and, let's see what else, colored pencils, things like that. Punches and more punches and decorative scissors. Oh, I forgot about those. This little thing holds tags from, you know, when I used to have a store. I kept my tags in there. I don't think anything's in that. My Brusho, little color, what are they called? They're almost like a talc. Back here are some more tins. Most of those have buttons in them that need cleaned. Then this one are doilies, all kinds of paper doilies. And then the next two down, one says use and the other ones say scan. They're old vintage ephemera. And some are just use up. Just put them in a journal and be done with it. And some of them are so unique that I've got them down there to scan. But for some reason, my computer's not scanning. So I've got to figure that out. And then down here is just an old bread box or bread tin that I keep all of these twines in there. There's that old yellow truck. Tickets are in here. Tags like this are in here. Okay. You've seen these. I still haven't found my snippet roll to put on those. Okay, there's some of my pin cushions. This has, I don't know. I don't know what's in that. I need to look. Some really neat old books I found. I need to look through those. And then this is how I do some of my ephemera. I got these at the Dollar Tree last year or the year before, back to school. And man, they are so nice to keep things in, even just a project in. And I need to label these too, but I use the Tracy Fox labels. I think I told you about that before, but I use the Tracy Fox labels to label them. And so what I've done is these are too deep, which is no big deal because when you come around the corner, I can pull this out a little ways and see what's behind there, you know. And it's not, oops, I'm sorry. It's not that hard to grab them. So, all right, then going down is more and more fabric down in there. Let's see, ribbons. That's not all the ribbons. That, I don't even know why this ribbon box is over here because I have tons of ribbons on the other side. This is where I keep my wool mat with my, whatever my current project or my next sewing project is. This is Kathy Holden things that I'm using. My thread box, glue and string, my bobbins, lots of embroidery thread, beads, more buttons. Most of those buttons are going to be on cards. Let's see, what's down here? Oh, miscellaneous. Wonder what's in that. Writing utensils, office notions, supplies. I think that's the same as notions. Stencils and cutters, things in progress, and Christmas. This is where I keep my Mod Podge, but today I was thinking, man, I use that so often. I've got to find a front and center for that. So, yeah. So anyways, that is how I store. Now, I need at least one more, if not two more, of these shelving units on the other side, because the other side is my sewing. Fabrics, lace, ribbon, yarns, things like that. And so it would be really helpful to have this on the other side, but a little at a time, we'll get there. I did buy a bookshelf I told you about the other day at a garage sale for $10. I mean, it's not the greatest, but we painted it black, and only because half of it was already black. And it did help get some things off the floor, make a little bit more space around here, but truly these things are very, very helpful. Sometimes you can pick them up at garage sales, which is where we got this one. And then Joey painted it to match. So anyway, so there's a quick tour of just that. And I hope that helps for those of you that were asking about how I use the little dish pans. And as you can see, I use a lot of different things to organize, but to keep my books organized, this was probably the easiest thing. And then if I am doing an example, I was doing some travel notebooks, I can just grab the one with all of the atlases and geography and things like that and take it over to my desk and just pull right from there. So that's helpful. Okay, let me know if you have any questions. Thanks for coming along for the tour. And as always, we pray blessings over each of you. And we just want you to know that you're so loved every day. So loved. All right, everybody, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.